Coming to you straight from the G Shop. What's going on, people? Listen, this is a crossover show, part two. Part two of the crossover show. I got the well, let me see, two thirds, one of the thirds. One of the thirds. I have one of the thirds of the Over a Drink podcast on my show today. And when I tell you she is such just a ball of love and light and knowledge and wisdom and energy and just dopeness. You know what I'm saying? If you've been following my podcast, you've seen her pop up on the screen in the live chats under I Rise Earth. You know what I'm saying? Get on in here. Got my little bro Kane Black. You know what I mean? My co-host by default. He comes in when he can. You know to bless my people. Okay. Okay, with the Nest cheesecake. It's Philly in this joint. That's how we getting down. But listen, now that I got everybody on the panel, I just want to set the tone like I do every week, y'all. Soften your gaze and allow your eyes to come to a gentle close as we prepare to come into this conversation with a sound mind and a sound heart. Breathe in slow and control through the nostrils with intention. Exhale, cleanse, and release with purpose. Take another round of breath as you inhale with intention. Positive healing energy. Exhale, cleanse, and release, detox, and remove anything from the mind and body that is taking up space and serves no purpose. All right. Hey! Give me some love.
It is so good to see you.
So good to see you. I am so happy that you're here. So I bought a little bit of stuff, right? Because I'm back at the Y, guys. I had to take some time off to just get my mind right. Mental health is wealth. That's just all I kind of want to focus on today. But we can go anywhere we're gonna go. I'm not restricting the conversation, but mental health and mental illness is at the forefront of my mind today. I have these kindness cards and I've been using them in my class. So, you know the song on the 12 days of Christmas. So I figured I'll do 12 days of kindness.
Oh, okay.
So I found this at Five and Below. That's my favorite store, y'all. Five and Below is the ish. So yesterday was the first day of the 12 days of kindness. And it says to tell someone how thankful you are for them today. That was the first challenge.
Okay.
That was the first day. And then today, and I was so happy that I picked this card because my baby is in the Navy. So send a letter or a card to a military member. It says who's deployed, but you can give it to a veteran, somebody that you know. If they served in the military, send them a card, send them a text, send them a letter. You know, just let them know that you're thinking about them. So these are my two cards for the first 2 days of the acts of kindness. And kindness to me just means a lot of things, right? It doesn't always mean an act towards another person. Mm-hmm. You can be kind to yourself, and I think that's important. You have to be kind to yourself first and foremost in order to even display that act of kindness to someone else, especially in this day and age. There's a lot of things going on in this world. People are getting killed. I keep getting, phone calls and texts from people that people's grandsons have been killed. Rest in peace to Miss Dorothy Adams. She's a member at the Y. She is a beautiful, beautiful spirit. And her grandson was killed, I believe, yesterday. 30 years old. I don't know the young man's name, so I just wanted to put it out there. My prayers and my blessings and my condolences to Miss Dorothy Adams and her family. I got my singing bowl. I got my 4 agreements, and I had to bring this with me because Twitch and this whole thing around Twitch. Yeah, let's just take it.
Let's do the crossover for that. Are you joining us?
You know what I mean?
I beat you. I'm not joining.
Oh, we gotta catch up.
I already started.
Oh, okay.
We gotta catch up. We gonna catch up.
Which do you prefer? Okay, so we all doing
Fuimos,
the same thing.
ándele, arriba. Listen, so if you've been living under a rock, then you don't know. What you say? If you've been,
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
Okay. I mean,
I will.
as you should.
I definitely will.
Listen, this right here sometimes will keep you from committing suicide.
Sometimes.
Man, I'd have been dead long time ago without that shit.
I'll never forget years ago, I actually went to get mental health assistance, with my insurance, And they were like, okay, well, first we have to tackle your drug problem. I was like, I have a drug problem? They were like, yeah, we can't really treat you until you stop smoking marijuana. And I was like, oh, so you want me to take...
We got an ashtray?
You want me to stop drugs so you can give me drugs?
I was like, you want me to take these pills?
Yeah, but that's a drug.
That's what
I'm confuzzled.
Tried to explain. So I decided that was not the therapy place for me. That was not the therapy place for me. So.
Not at all. That's the contradiction in itself. Because to me, marijuana is not a drug. That's first and foremost. It's an herb. It's a plant. It is not a drug.
You put it in the backwood, it becomes drug. Other than that, if you smoke that shit out the bong, if you put it in your tea, if you put it in your food,
then it's edible.
It's medicine.
Medicine. No, it's medicine.
All medicine.
Period. Yeah, whether you smoke it, sniff it. Well, you don't sniff it. But whether you smoke it or eat it,
I would hope not.
Or drink it, I'm referring to weed. That's it. I don't see our city, like our city is not, Kensington doesn't look like that because of weed.
Nowhere in this country looks like that because of weed.
Because of weed.
Think about all the places where it's legal. What? It's been recreational legal in Colorado, California for a minute now. Colorado forever.
I'm just going to go to the top line.
I went to New York the other day, right? And we went to buy weed.
I'm going to catch up.
Okay.
The weed is in the store. I'm talking about
it's recreational
in the corner store. They got a sign up that said we got dimes.
Yeah, well.
And guess what I didn't see? Drug dealers.
Drug dealers.
You know?
It eliminated the drug dealer. Now you gotta have a fucking building with chips in it and sodas to sell weed. Better get some chips and sodas in your house, motherfucker.
The poppy store's been doing it.
You know.
Now they can blatantly
do it.
Tell them now. Yeah. They say we got that in Philadelphia. I said no, the fuck we don't. They have a menu, and at the top of their menu it says we have dimes.
What's this in New York?
It is in New York.
Yeah, they just passed the recreation.
Let's just jump into that real quick, Kane.
Let's go.
You know what I mean? So what you do in New York? You go there and, you know what I mean, reign supreme?
I went to New York as a support animal.
Okay.
I was there supporting. But I enjoy myself in New York. Every time I go to New York, I sightsee. I go to the projects. I go to all the bad shit, though. I don't go like to the
I mean, that's because that's the stuff you really want to see.
That's
the stuff we
can
relate
the people
to.
You want to connect with.
Yeah.
We want to see Marcy Projects. I want to see in front of Biggie House.
Period.
That's what we go do to New York.
Period. Give you chills.
Yeah.
Did you get to see the Biggie statue while you was there?
No, we didn't actually make it last time, but we go back. We going back to sightsee. We ain't going. We was there on business for real. We was there to do music.
We gonna do a New York fundraiser. We gonna take the Glockaware bus, and we gonna go to New York.
Only no fundraiser. We just gotta stop drinking so much.
We ain't gotta stop drinking because we gonna drink on the way there. But we gotta at least everybody put up something.
We spend $1,000 on liquor.
Everybody put up something. We gonna take the G bus to New York, and we gonna make a day of it. We gotta start doing team building stuff.
That's on a bus like this.
You know what I'm saying? Team building stuff.
You know?
With the other podcasts and everybody else.
And
go to the wax museum. I want to go to the wax museum.
I want to go to
I want to pose next to Barack Obama.
Shit. I want to be on a field trip, but I want y'all to possibly have to bail me out. All right? That's the kind. I want to go to Rikers Island. I don't want to go in Rikers Island, but I want to go. I just like to breathe that energy.
It's humbling.
Very humbling.
My little brother served his time at Rikers. He's from Philly. He a whole Philly nigga served time at Rikers.
Yeah, wow. You go over there. Fun. See, we was over there playing around. We could have been in Rikers Island too.
You said you want us to bail you out.
No. Like, yeah, I want y'all to get me out the handcuffs. Like, all right, Kane Black, you pissed on the wall in front of the police. Relax.
They probably want to arrest you. They should be used to that kind of shit in New York.
No, we was in Times Square the previous time, two times before the last time we went. We was in Times Square. The motherfucking weed truck was parked behind the motherfucking paddy wagon. So we bought weed and had to walk past the cops
he definitely was trying to borderline because this was before it was legal.
No, this was this year. We've been in New York. We went to New York maybe 5 times this year.
Okay.
But the third time we went, we was in Times Square. And the motherfuckers was selling weed right like literally the cops is in front of my weed van. The weed van got weed like decorations all over
Like,
the
right,
fucking
ain't no
van. Like
mistaking
you
it.
can't say this the ice cream truck. No, this the weed truck.
My girlfriend did tell me that one time. Shout out to
That should be
Camila.
parked in the middle
in
of
the
Times
mill.
Square.
On Instagram. She went to New York. This was, and it seemed like it might have been like a year or
New
so.
York probably had
year or so ago.
weed legal like 2 years maybe.
Yeah, it was like a
No,
year or two
It just
ago.
became recreational.
I know it was a minute. It was a minute. It
But
had
people,
to be at
I
least
think
a
it was
year. She told me
decriminalized for a while. It's been
Yeah.
decriminalized for a while. I used to go to New York when I was in college, my Temple University days. Drive all the way to Harlem just to get chocolate tie. Like, I was that like.
What?
I was
Oh,
like,
you
to get chocolate tie.
I ain't even gonna
Dang.
ask your age. I
But
just know you
New
from the
York did
golden
have the
era of
best
I'm
hip
weed.
hop.
definitely from the golden
Back
era.
then.
Yeah, chocolate ties sound like some Biggie Smalls shit.
Listen.
All right.
Listen,
Yes.
124th in 124th in
New York
Amsterdam.
did have the best weed.
I think that's
back
where
in
it
the
was.
day.
And then I remember when I used to get haze from my homies up in North Jersey and my cousin up in Spanish Harlem. Used to go
Easy
there to
pop.
get pounds of haze.
Yeah, we used to get on the train, the metro from Connecticut, and go to
Giving
Brooklyn.
them to all the women friends.
Brooklyn.
I still sometimes, if I'm bored, like on a Friday night, I have a bunch of DJ friends. I have a friend who DJs at this club. Like I'll be at a bar in Philly and I'll be like, it's 9 o'clock. I can get to New York by 12.
Yep.
And I
Yeah.
shoot up the turnpike. I'm known for doing that. Like,
It's nothing. If you
nothing.
go a certain speed limit, it's
If you drive with that
2
guy that just
hours,
left this
hour and
room,
45
he'd
minutes.
get you to New York in like 18 minutes.
so see, I don't need to get there that fast.
Mm.
It's not really getting to there up the turnpike because yeah, you could do the turnpike in like an hour and 10. It's that tunnel.
Yeah, that
Mhm.
tunnel.
It's the traffic or the
It's-
bridge
yeah.
if you take the GW. It's
I
it's
never
that
take
traffic.
that GW. Oh God, it's like $50 to cross that bitch now.
I got the Easy Pass now, so I don't know. I just know Easy
Oh.
Pass be like hitting my shit up.
They're like, yeah, give me that ifty.
Yes.
Oh, it's ridiculous. All right, so let's get into this shit. I want to talk about Twitch real quick.
Yeah, I was so sad to hear that.
It's just it what do you say? Like you look at somebody, it hits home for me because mental illness is really real to me, and I've had people close to me commit suicide, black and white, old and young.
So who's Twitch? That's the
Twitch is
that's
the
the
black-
DJ guy, right?
Yeah, from the
Yeah,
Ellen
Ellen.
show.
Yeah,
But
he
I
was on
fell
So
in
You
love
Think
with
You Can
him on
Dance.
So You Think You. Oh, when you talk about just talent, you know what I mean? So gifted, and so cheerful. It's shocking. Like it's not unexpected if you see somebody who you feel like is kind of like that gray cloud every time they come in the room and then they commit. Not that suicide is good on any level, but
I understand.
like a Grinch or a Scrooge or just a mean ass person, and you just like, or if you know a person struggles and you know, but to see a person like him with all this success,
And such a happy person, like outwardly profoundly happy person. Like I followed him on Instagram, so like he's always it's that mask.
I was about
But
to
you
say
know
it's
what?
a shield.
It's that mask.
Yeah.
and I can relate to that because I'm guilty of that. I come in a room and always try to be cheerful, smiling, happy, and dying inside.
I think
Big.
we're all guilty. I think we're all guilty of that.
Yeah.
And specifically as a people, just
Mm.
the struggles we've all been through as a people, black men, black women, black children.
Yeah.
Like we learn to wear the mask at a very early age.
Yeah.
At a very early age.
Yeah. But this I feel is so eye opening in a sense to where now we have to realize that the mask got to come off. You know what I mean?
It's hard. It's hard.
It is hard, but I don't want that, and I'm
Right.
not above that. You know what I mean? I'm not above that. I don't know what clicks in someone's mind, but I'm not above that. I would never wish that on myself or even, but I'm not above that. And at a young stage in my life, I've attempted it.
Yeah, if I
So
had
I
enough
know
heart,
what
I
that
probably
suicidal
killed
mindset,
myself.
like
It's
when you
hard.
just tell yourself you don't want to live. I've been there, but oh God, like I just, that hit home in so many levels because it's a person that you would just never think would
Yeah.
do something like
But
that.
lately, when it comes to celebrities, it's always been a person you would never think.
Robin
Yeah.
Williams.
Remember Robin Williams, Anthony Bourdain, Kate Spade. Like, like who would have thought?
Right.
It's always, especially with celebrities, especially when you're like what I like to call the common folk, because you're thinking you got money, like you can buy your way out of anything. But that's because you're coming from a place of if you had a certain amount of money, you could get out of what's making you feel like it's your struggle right now. They have the money, and it couldn't help them escape whatever their struggle was.
Yeah, that's why the mind, like you literally have to exercise your mind. You have to you have to give yourself positive reinforcement daily, constantly. Otherwise, those thoughts like that seep in. And two, you have to have like a good network around you. Not to say that he didn't, but just because you got a bunch of successful people around you doesn't mean that you have people around you that you can confide in.
I hate to bring it up.
Yeah.
But like that.
Right. Because I know you'd be like, are you going to talk about him again?
No, we're not. I just, but when you think about these situations, that's one of the first people I think of, because
the
if you were to wake up tomorrow and
Exactly.
somebody was like, he did something like that, there's a bunch of people who would be shocked. There's a bunch of people who would expect it because of all he's been putting out right now.
Right.
And it's like, you really don't want that for anybody. For anybody.
Mm-mm. But the sheer balls it takes to do that to yourself.
Yeah, that's what I said. If I had more cojones, I probably wouldn't be sitting right here. Because you gotta be you gotta be a legend to kill yourself. Like you gotta be a legendary sicko.
Yeah, I definitely don't. I feel like I'm one of those people that would be like a survivor of attempted. Like,
ouch,
bitch can't even do that shit, right?
Fuck that. Call the hospital.
You know what I'm saying? Like, not even just like be unconscious for like 29 hours and suddenly, you know?
Now you gotta live with half your face.
Or just, you know, talking like this for the rest of my life. You know, like that would be me. Like, honestly, like that's how, like, I know I don't have the balls. It's never been a thought. The one time when I was telling you, they're like, you got to finish your drug problem. They put me on, I can't remember what it was now, but I know whenever I hear that name, I'm like, don't take that shit. Cause that's the first time the thought has ever crossed my mind, taking that shit. And I immediately stopped taking those pills. I was like, they make me feel so other than myself. I'll stick to weed. Like, I was like, I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about.
Yeah, weed got 4 letters. If the medicine got 11 letters in it, I ain't taking that shit. The fuck out of here.
If at the end of the commercial they're like, causes, it's like, you really don't.
Somebody told me that they dance in the commercial to distract you from the side effects.
No, facts. Like,
it's like, yeah, they going to all die from chronic
it's
heart.
going to give you diabetes and heart disease, but you're going to be able to dance.
Excruciating diarrhea. You're going to die from it.
Oh shit!
All the while the commercial shows somebody going swimming, they on vacation,
Yeah.
they telling
In
you
fucking
all
Dubai with genital warts
and rectal bleeding.
Oh my god! All the shit that you're like, I can really live without that too.
Liver failure
Yeah.
and death.
It's crazy, but like getting back to the whole mask thing, like I sent you the link what I saw with Lil Romeo said like his father, Master P, put out a shout out to Snoop for celebrating Twitch, and Romeo was like, yo, be careful of y'all idols, man, because this man here has dealt with suicide and depression. He don't even talk to his kids. I was like, oh shit, shots fired.
And shocking, because I felt like he was always his little mini-me, like always his little
Yeah, well, once his
puppet.
if I'm not mistaken, he had a child that died.
Yeah,
Master
the
P
daughter
had a child.
died.
Yeah,
His
she
daughter died.
committed suicide, right?
Well,
I'm not
it was
mistaken.
an overdose, so I'm not sure, but that could have been why he made that statement. Either way, I was just like, wow, like again, shocking. Like the celebrities.
I think more people are gonna start coming out about their struggles with mental illness.
Lots of people have.
It's
Shout out
hard
to
to
Taraji.
share as
Taraji
well.
Henson is big about
Lots
it.
of people have.
We gotta be in touch with because a lot of this shit is passed down too from our parents too.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, definitely.
All of it is. Everything I got.
Definitely.
I ain't put this all in
But
me.
just like it's funny because I saw a meme and it said a black woman's first bully is usually her mother, and it's always said it's done out of love, and it conditions her to a cycle of
bullying.
abuse.
Yeah.
And I thought about that shit. I was like, ooh, that's kind of facts though. And there was a meme that was posted before the video. I don't know if you saw it, of the black woman who cut her daughter's hair on live because her daughter thought it was more important to be cute. then educate. I guess her daughter had been acting out for a while. She's 13, so she's a teenager. She's at that stage, and she thought it would be better to do it on live. But the gag to me was the bitch did it with a filter on their faces, and I'm like, this is. I was like, you're trying to tell her how it's not important to be beautiful,
But you guilty too.
You can't even
Yeah,
fucking
you
cruelly
guilty.
punish her without the fucking dough face on your. Like, you're not make it fucking make sense, please.
Fucking sprinkles is
But,
falling down.
like,
You cutting this girl hair.
Back to that statement, like my mother actually has a habit of saying mean, hurtful things, and she's 70 at this point. But her response usually is like, so that's how I was raised. And me and my younger sister, I was like, that don't make it right.
Exactly.
Like, that don't make it right.
Exactly.
And please don't treat our children like that, because my mother has a problem with apologizing to a child if she's wrong. Shout out to Elaine, Team Aries. She has a problem apologizing to anybody, but definitely a child if she's wrong. And she doesn't really see it. So we've made her like we've been trying to make her aware on some like break the cycle shit.
Yeah.
And like I've been guilty of. My son has told me, he was like, like, don't say that, or the way you said that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, like you're right. My bad. And I realized I'm used to it because of the way my mom said shit
It's a
to me.
cycle.
Oh.
It's a cycle.
My mom used to say, "Oh, I'm not a fighter, but I'll cut you like a knife with my tongue."
My mom's a
is
fighter.
sharp.
We just used to get hit.
'Cause she had sisters and brothers, so she knew she was the model out of all of them. So don't touch me, but if you touch me, and it had a mouth, listen. And sometimes the stuff she would say, you would think she could fight. Like
Can I
your
say
feelings would
something
be
that I
so hurt.
observed? I haven't seen y'all drink y'all drink
I've
yet.
been sipping, but you know what?
I had more than oil.
And mine's is gone.
Mm-mm.
Ooh, yo, she a real. You must got bars or something.
Don't do that.
She must got a rap book somewhere in this lifetime. You see how she took that shot?
She got
True
one.
story. I write
She
poetry and I've written poetry, and I could never do the whole rapper thing because I always thought my flow was off. You said you was gonna try to guess my age, but 20-something, 30 years later, that flow was the shit.
I love it.
That's all I'm
I
saying.
mean, you would have been
I love it.
top floor Barclays office.
You know what I'm saying?
Period.
If you'd have just put it on wax.
Period.
This nigga stole her flow.
Man.
Back to the mental health.
I mean, it's such a real topic that is so many layers to it with mental health. And again, like you said, like breaking those chains too, that's a part of the process. And healing the trauma is not allowing your parents to continue with those behaviors just because that's the way they were raised. And also reflecting on yourself and trying to be a better parent yourself.
But as a child, how do you?
Because I've fallen short.
How do you do that as a child? Like, how do you find out how to
I can tell you,
approach that? It is hard because you don't
hard.
want to be disrespectful.
And it's generational. Like you can kind of see, like, ain't nobody raising these kids right now, but kids. But like I've had a hard time kind of talking to my mother, but I've always been able to talk to my father. And he's always been able to talk to my mother. So it's kind of like he would go to her on our behalf.
The middleman.
Yeah, now that I'm older, I talk to my mother, or I honestly use my younger sister. Like she's my mother's baby, and she definitely knows how to talk to her. So we all do that. Like if my mom does something offensive, we all call, you know what your mother did? Like, you know what your mother did? You know what your mother said? So I use my little, but I'm actually at this age able to talk to my mother. And the way I've raised my children is to let me know, please. Because I know I'm not the most affectionate parent all the time. Like, my daughter's super affectionate. She was born on Valentine's Day.
Oh.
So, like, she'll come over and give me a kiss, and I just get, like, stiff sometimes. And she'll be like, what is that? And I'll be like, I'm learning to be more because that is who she is. I remember being affectionate to my older son. Like, he was the firstborn. And my younger son, he was such a cute little fat chunky baby. And, like, that's my foster son turned adopted son. So I had to love him in a different way, but that was when I started seeking mental health, like going through postpartum for a kid that you didn't give birth to. So
another spectrum of mental health.
I honestly tell my
postpartum.
children, I tell them, just tell me. And so like they're pretty good at telling me, like, real shit. My older son, shout out to God Ahmad, he's very good at saying, like, sometimes you give me too much information, or like, I don't see why a parent would say that. And then I would tell him a situation I've been in with one of my parents where some shit like that was said. And he was like, yeah, like, wow.
Right.
So, like, you just have to be able to, like you said, break those shit. You just have to be able to do it. My younger sister's great at it. She has a best relationship with her and her husband have the best relationship with their children.
And it's probably because of a result of her having the better relationship with your mom
Yep.
towards the end.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
And
Like,
just the two of them wanting to break whatever relationships they have with their parents, break those cycles, and as a unit be a different type of parent. And this, it's a new day and age. Like, don't nothing change but change.
Right, right. And that's important. There's a level of forgiveness that comes with that too, with even trying to address it, I think. And that's where you can kind of get to a common ground if you approach it from a place of forgiveness, even probably over the respect. Because and even me as a parent, if I felt like you were coming at me like I'm human, instantly you're going to get defensive, but when it comes from another place, like, listen, because don't blame me, I don't blame my mom or my dad for choices I made and who I am now. And at the end of the day, I know better. And to know better is to do better.
Correct.
So when I fall short of doing better, it ain't nobody else's fucking fault but mine. I can't continue to blame them for shit that I'm doing as an adult. And once I became 18, I was an adult. And I was a mom by the time I was 17. So technically, I was grown then.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, like, you got to be accountable for your shit at the end of the day, too. And that's a part of mental health is just learning how to deal with your shit. Accept yourself for who you are, your fuck ups. You gonna fuck up. We all
gonna fuck up.
You gonna fuck
That's
up.
what life is.
It's called trial and error.
Your life is the greatest scientific experiment.
Your life is your best. You're running a business. Your life. That's your business. Treat it like a business.
I guess this is the part where I gotta pull more.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's there.
All right, let me catch up. Let me catch up to them. Your life is your business.
It's fucking broadhead. Fucking taking sips. Like
she
fucking
poured
Bambi.
a full cup, honestly.
She did had a
I had
big.
it
She
to
did
the
had a larger
line.
amount.
Poured a double.
She had the larger
I had like
amount.
a triple.
Yeah,
Up in there.
It was like up to here. I was like,
it
wow.
was like, yeah. I did a little something, put a little hair on my chest a little bit. So, all right, I also bought this book. I've talked about this book on my podcast before, but I love this book. Have you read this book yet?
I actually have not.
I'm shocked, but I know that
it's been referred to me several times. I just have not read it. Yes.
Once you do it, but it's such an easy read. But I want us to break down whichever one you feel appeals to you. All right, I'm gonna pick the one that appeals to me. There's 4 agreements on here, and I love this book because I'm not a Bible reader or quoter toter. I'm not doing all that, but
a what? A quoter toter? Pow pow.
I'm not a Bible quoter toter.
Matthew,
Psalms
John
23. I'm not doing that, but I like little stuff like this because I kind of got a little bit of a short attention span too. So don't give me no big ass novel, and I don't want it to take too long to get to the point. And it needs to apply to me in some way, shape, or form. This really applies. Okay. So there's 4 agreements. Y'all can read them all to, whatever, do what you want to do. And you don't have to go into the great detail, but I will for the one that I picked. And I picked, don't make assumptions. That's the 3rd of the 4 agreements. Don't make assumptions.
Don't make assumptions.
And it goes in to say, and I got to bring down, I got senior citizen eyes. I look young on the outside, but my eyes.
Girl, as soon as you pass me that book, I'm gonna be like,
some people been blind. Some people needed glasses since they was 4 years old.
I've needed mine.
She called that
I
shit
needed
senior
mine since I
citizen
was
eyes.
8.
She been blind since a kid. All right.
Listen, I got senior citizen eyes.
She got kindergarten
I
eyes.
got kindergarten glasses.
You know what?
I just started wearing contacts as a 40-year-old. Like, real rap. I couldn't do. I was scared. I was scared to put something in my eye. If an eyelash got in my eye, you better call 119. I promise you.
191, you mean?
You mean 911?
No,
119. What the heck?
You better call 119. I promise you, I will be in this bitch like, I can't see. I'm blind in one eye. No. I couldn't do it. I could not do context. All right, so back to my third.
Don't make assumptions.
I'm blaming it on Quavo, y'all. Don't make assumptions. So it says, find the courage to ask questions and to express what you really want. Communicate with others so clearly as to see, here go the shit. As you can to avoid misunderstandings, sadness, and drama. With just this one agreement, you can completely transform your life.
That's deep.
Don't make assumptions. Something that's hard to kind of like not do. Like, even though you don't make, you want to say you don't make assumptions, but people make assumptions about shit all the time.
All the time. Don't assume
It's
I like you. Why you assume I like
feel
you?
like it's
The fuck? Your assumption. You made
Right.
yourself an asshole now.
an asshole for assuming. Don't assume, because now, like, and it can affect you in horrible ways. Because now, if you assume,
Because it start to form judgment. All right.
resentment.
Go on, talk. Let's go. Let's go, yoga soldier. Tell them what the fuck
I
going on.
thought I told
What's
you.
going on?
Oh, that's definitely the Quavo.
It is.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers.
For sure. To us and never
let's
them.
see. I'll go with the fourth agreement.
I
Always do your best. See, I told you I was going to be like this. Okay,
Yeah,
it looks
let's-
better now. Your best is going to change from moment to moment. It will be different when you are healthy as opposed to sick. Under any circumstance, sheesh, that's the
Quavo.
Quavo. Simply do your best, and you will avoid self-judgment, self-abuse, and regret.
That's okay. Would you break that down on why you picked that?
Because I think I do. I beat myself up a lot about certain shit, and I'm like, that ain't really. It's not that. Like, you really did all you could do.
Right.
Like, you can't help it if it didn't go your way, or if this person did something opposite of that to cause what happened to happen. So when you know that you literally did your best, like literally tried everything within your power.
And I like how
Then
it
it's
says,
fuck
gotta let that
whoever
shit go,
and how they
so
feel.
that it doesn't
Facts.
affect you in the so that it doesn't affect you in a negative way.
yeah. And I like how it says, even when you're not at your best, like that your best is gonna change.
Right. And I like the whole, when you're sick and when you're healthy, because I'm like a workaholic. Like,
Right.
I like to tell people, when I had a job when my daughter was born. I was also in school getting my master's. And I
and brains.
I never stopped working.
Do you see this? Do
Like-
you see this?
Fucking lady here.
Do you see this black
I'ma raise a
excellence?
kid in, get
And
a
when I tell
fucking
you I
diploma.
never stopped working, my daughter was born in February 2012. The entire company got laid off in April of 2012. So there was like a little disagreement of paying out some time that I had accrued, because like now you're entitled to all your time. If everybody's getting laid off, like you only get paid like 6 days of your retirement, but this was part of the agreement. And they were like, well, you just had a baby. You had to have used sick days. I had to pull out records like, okay, so my daughter was born on February 14th at 12:43 in the morning, right? On the 13th, I actually was on my way to work when my mother decided to take me to the hospital instead, because she thought I was like in some kind of labor. I was like, every time I laugh, sneeze, or giggle, like I feel like I'm peeing. And she was like, yeah, you might be leaking fluid. So I was on my way to work that day. I had already done work. Like I was a work from office to office, home from home. I already done work. I had been in the hospital like the week before, laptop, done work. So she was born on the 14th. That might be the only day that I didn't do work. On the 15th, I did work. Now, I got discharged from the hospital. She didn't. She was there for a week. So what else did I have to do outside of go to the hospital? Go to work. Like, I went to work. Like,
Was it a get money thing, or was it just like addiction to working?
I may have
I should.
I may have an addiction to working, but it's also a get money thing. Like I said, I have children, and I'm accustomed to doing certain things. And I'm a true Gemini. I can't not be busy because boy, when I'm not busy,
I'm a Gemini as well.
when I'm not busy, like I will find something to do, and it may not always be the right thing. So like I prefer to try to work, do things. And they were like, wow, like when they were looking at the work, it's like, okay, like we really got to pay her this time because like all this time, like we knew she was pregnant, but like when you look at the records, I was working. I get sick chronically. So if I'm in a hospital, ain't shit to do in the hospital but wait for them come give you your medicine, fucking change your IV, ask you, are you good? Take your fucking temperature. And feed you 3 times a day. And you know what time that's coming. So what do? I sit with a laptop and I work.
But that's called work.
Oh yeah, it was an addiction to work.
I mean, I like
I
my check to look the same.
Right here with it, like, and your work can be where you are, and they still cutting the check. Hey,
yeah, I've been at work.
That's called working smarter, not harder.
I've been at work and at another gig. But
that's what I'm talking about.
I've been at work and been at the mall. Like,
can you be my mentor? I mean, this is what I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to get to a place where things are lucrative.
Listen. Funny story. On the way here, part of the reason why I didn't get here early. So my sister and my father and I went to eat. We were at Red Lobster in Cherry Hill. There's an app on my phone called Field Agent. Field Agent has these little small gigs where they pay you like $5, $10 to like take pictures of shit in stores. It's an audit app. I was like, ooh, it's a Total Wine right here. There's 3 things. That's $15. Like, let's go in there real quick. So me and my sister went in there and I had to find this beer. I had to find the tequila aisle. And I had to find a cognac. So I made 10 of the 15 because one of the things was not there. But then I got here just in time. Like,
that's dope. Pass it
so it is money thing.
Always, I mean, I know money makes you comfortable. I know money can.
All money, good money.
Fuck
what they talking about.
She's my mentor. That's it. That's all. Like, this is the kind of stuff that, listen, this is why I love the fucking G-Shop.
Can I read y'all my
yes,
agreement?
Please. This is why I love the G-Shop.
My agreement is the first one. The first one say, be impeccable with your word. And the little John right here, I don't know who the hell wrote this book, but contact me. This right here is, I should have signed this. It say, speak with integrity. Say only what you mean. Avoid using the word to speak against yourself or to gossip about others. And use the power of the word in the direction of truth and love. And then I read forward and it said, the first agreement is the most important one and it's the most difficult to honor.
Yep. Ow! This is why I love.
See what I'm saying?
Okay, Team Gemini.
We talk about
this
honor
is
a lot.
Why I love
I'm
this
telling you, like, word.
Freaking guy.
Word.
Yes.
It's word. You say stuff, it come to fruition a lot. So careful what you say, because you might really had to stand on what you said. So say what you mean. Be impeccable with your word, man. Say what the fuck you mean and mean what you said.
That is, and for you to be as clever with your words as you are, that to me is the
impeccable.
Impeccable with your word.
And I know how impeccable look crazy in this book. I'm gonna show you people what impeccable look like. I never seen it written before.
That need to be on a shirt. That right there, that's you. You are impeccable. I love Able. Period. But for you to pick that one is even profound in itself, and this is why I love this book, because every principle in that book applies to every person. I don't care where you come from, what your background is, what your religion is, which none of that. If you're a human being, you can relate to every principle that this book talks about. But for us to pick each, and that's why I wanted to do that, because initially when you read this book, I think that sometimes there's one that stands out, because to try to live by all 4 of these right away
at one time, fuck out of here.
I'm not saying it can't be done, but why pressure yourself? You know what I mean? Why pressure yourself? But to sit and reflect and take your time with each one, and whichever one jumps out at you, that's the one that's speaking to you in this phase in your life.
At that moment, yeah.
At that moment, and this is what I love about this book. You could get this at Five and Below.
Or you can get it from Nelly. It's a quick book. If you can read good, you can read that book in 2 hours.
You for real? This is why I'm upset. I promise you, you could be in elementary school, you could be in high school, you can be in college, you can be in the streets, you could be in the church, you can be whatever.
I don't care where you at. Know how to fucking read. Please start.
And that's important.
It used to be fundamental.
But it's not.
He said used to.
It used to be, but it ain't. Like, we got to get back to reading, my colored folk. You know what I mean? And there's some really dope books out here, and this is one of them. There's another book. I'm going to bring that on at another time. It's called Who Moved My Cheese.
Oh, no, that one I've read, yes.
Can we just talk about that real quick? Since you read it and I read it, and I'll let you break it down to him.
We should let him get a chance to read it, and we can talk.
But break it down to him real quick.
Because I'm gonna read it.
He gonna read it.
Yeah, let's go.
But break it down to him real quick.
Let's go for the other people that have read it. There's more people that probably read it.
It's Snip and Scurry and Hem Hall.
And Hem Hall, yeah.
Those were the characters in the book.
It's funny because the Hem Hall, my mom is always talking about like Hem and Hall, and like that's like one of those things you hear growing up. When I was reading, I was just like, they don't know me. But oh shit.
They was talking about you.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, at me. That's what we call it nowadays. Say at me.
Yeah.
Tag me in it. Don't talk about me in direct. Who wrote this fucking book here? This fucking guy. And my mom wrote this book.
Listen. Now see.
That is hilarious.
Like, what?
It's like they
I
know
put
what
on
you
airplane mode.
You know I'm on the air. Like, what
put
do
it
you
on
want?
airplane mode if you on the air then. All right.
Yep.
I always forget to do
That's what's about
that.
to happen now. That's what's about to happen.
I always forget to do
I'm
that.
in the air. I gotta fly off for
You
you.
calls from my watch like, I told y'all.
You don't got no honor. That's what I'm saying. You got honor stuff. We on air.
We on air.
I put my phone in my pocket. I know somebody probably called me.
Get in touch with me. You better call the Glock line.
Or get right here. Put your fucking message and say the chat is ready. Put your fucking message right there.
We on live on you. On, right, come on. Go on YouTube. We live. You call the Glock line 267-888-6019. Don't call my phone, people. Come on.
Oh, is it a Glockaware hotline?
Yo.
I will say, when I was watching your show once, I was like, that is so dope. People actually like really call in on her show.
We should have been doing that every show.
Yo, right.
You need to put the fucking phone number somewhere in this room.
It's on the wall, bro. It ain't graffiti everywhere.
I just read that like 35 minutes ago. I swear to God, I just read this fucking phone number.
Like, make the connection,
oh my God, that's how you know it's the fucking Quavo going around.
Make the connection.
Oh God,
that's crazy. Yo, shout out to the Glock line, man. 267-888-6019, man. Call up and talk to one of us, man. We do it for the people.
Yo, I love this platform, man. Like, you just never no. Oh, and then you sent me another link about the mental health gym.
Oh my God, wasn't that amazing?
I want to copy his prototype. I want to even invest and be a franchisee in his business. Like, what?
Yeah, so
what?
I came across that on like Charlemagne the God's timeline.
I love
It's
him.
a friend of his, and it was a CNN exclusive about this brother who created a mental health gym. So it's like, you know how you go to the gym, you work out, it looks like circuit training. They have all this for your mental well-being.
Crazy.
So they have like sensory deprivation tanks where you're kind of like submerged in water, so you just don't feel anything. It helps you relax because a lot of people don't even realize their mental is on edge or they're under any stress by regular like they just think, oh, I have insomnia or I can't sleep. My back hurts, my neck hurts. They just think that's what it is. But a lot of that is you're stressed out or AKA your mental is crying for some sort of attention. Not even just depressed, but like you're not paying attention to your mind. And you notice a lot of times, especially if you're on the go, you said you're a Gemini. So if you're on the go a lot, you always moving. There are times where your body be like, shit. And you be like, all right, I really got to chill because my body is not letting me get out of this bed right now.
Exactly.
And it's like that. Those are all signs that you have not properly trained your mental. So he has this facility you can go to. And he was saying, like, he broke it down how, like, these facilities exist a lot of them are like private corporations and it costs thousands of dollars. But the way he has it set up, it doesn't even cost that much. You go, you get your little mental health treatment, whether it's like being submerged in water in a sensory deprivation
Yeah, it
tank.
was like $100.
Yeah, or whether it's like you hook up to like a VR type thing and they just kind of like play soothing
I wanna
music. They
go.
take you through breathing exercises just to like really clear your mind and clear your
I
space.
want to work there.
I was like, this shit is amazing. Like,
I want to go there. I want to work there, and then I want to own one.
like learn the model and bring that shit
Like,
to
and
another
just
city.
like what? The whole it really embodies everything that I have been telling people about
Right.
why I started doing yoga.
That's why I thought you would enjoy. I was like, yo, this shit is
It-
crazy.
I'm like, yo, he's taking fitness to a whole
Whole
nother
nother
level.
level.
But this is what I tell people, and they always be like, I'm so glad that you said that, because I work at the Y. Shout out to the Y at 51st and Chestnut. But I always tell people, they be like, you know, people have all these unrealistic fitness goals for themselves.
Mhm.
And that can be very discouraging when you're trying to get to whatever goal you're trying to achieve. And sometimes some people's goals are unrealistic in the time frame that they're giving themselves.
Right.
And I just keep reinforcing, like, yo, I can do personal training. I can give you all of that. You have to feel good here at the end of every session, or else I did not serve my purpose for you.
Right.
Because this is why I got into fitness. This is why I got into yoga. And I'm like big on it, because I feel like if I can heal my community, because people be like, oh, you need to take this out. I can go where the other people are and I can make a whole lot more money. But they wouldn't get me. They wouldn't understand me. I have like had my fair share as a light-skinned Black lady of racism and how real it is. And I would rather be in the hood. And if I have not if, but when the opportunity presents itself for me to have my own studio, I would want it to be in an urban community. I don't care how gentrified you get it to be.
I never experienced the prototype racism in the ghetto. See, people say racism. Y'all might hate me, but I say we hate each other the most. I say, yo, all the white people I know is the people that treated me the best in the ghetto. The Black people are the ones that try to kill me.
Now,
I always say you have to think
how
about
far
the
have
reason
you
behind
come
that.
outside of this?
No, that's where I experienced the real racism at when you step outside of the ghetto.
Yeah.
I didn't understand racism like
Right.
civil rights racism existed because I'm from the ghetto.
Right.
But I'm also,
Like now
you know, I navigate.
Yeah.
So when you get into certain places, you will see. But I'm used to, like, if I see a Caucasian person, I don't be like, oh shit, this person against me. Because the Caucasian people in my area is with me.
Right.
So when you get out there and you say, and you look, you first and foremost, they snarling like a fucking German Shepherd or something. And then if you ask them a simple question, and then what the fuck is wrong with
Racism
you?
isn't always outward.
Mm-mm.
And of course, the people who you know are the people you know, and of course they're with you. But a lot of times, people aren't outwardly racist, and it's what do they want from you when they are accepting you from outside of their circle. What's the exchange? Because a lot of times you want something too. So what's the exchange, honestly? Like, you can't say somebody's not racist because they're willing to do business with you. Well, what's the exchange? Because racist people do business with motherfuckers every day for multi-millions of dollars.
And the
I'm
ghetto,
not
I mean,
saying
racist
all
people had
white people
children
are
that they
racist.
it's an
enslaved.
exchange.
Right.
It's an exchange, like
Racists
she
are
said.
vicious.
Racists are definitely
are
vicious.
No, but what you
vicious.
said is as far as the exchange. But in the ghetto, it's like we exchange culture.
Right, so it's not racism among us. It's a different thing. It's a lot of colorism.
Yeah, colorism.
It's a lot of what
amongst
people want to
us.
call hate, crabs in the barrel,
might be
especially in
blockism.
Philly.
Gangism.
It's you know what it is?
Friendism. Whoever your friends
You know what's
is.
crazy? Philly used to be a really like culturally like black-wise unified city.
Yes,
it was
indeed.
all the institutions and like people always talk about institutionalized, all the things put into place to divide us.
Yeah.
So that's really what it is. Like you know what the rappers say, y'all fighting over blocks y'all don't even own.
You don't even own.
No, that's Jay-Z.
I
The
know,
rappers love to
that's why I
fight over
said the
block.
rappers, 'cause
These rappers
you
fight
know
over block they don't own.
Some-
How,
huge
like
Nas
how
fan,
many
so.
people
That's
I've
mental
had
health
conversations
right there,
with about
too.
that 444 album, and they was like mad, and I was like loving it.
Nobody
it's
didn't
like-
know that
it's
he
the
addressed
it's the
all angles of mental
generational
health
thing.
for the ghetto people.
Yep.
Not just, but you know what it is? This is what I said.
Gluttony and shit
I'm
like
glad
that,
you
a
said
bunch
for
of
the ghetto
shit.
people. This is what I brought up to a friend the other day. Part of the reason why I'm more of a Nas fan. It's more Nas is it's more, I guess, realistic or relatable, more attainable.
Nas
His
was
mature-
always
his
smarter
ma-
than Jay-Z.
No, I'm not gonna say always smarter. I'm not gonna say
No,
that.
it's a fact. He went to more
I'm
school
not
than
gonna
him.
say that. It's not even a thing about being smarter, because you can be well read and be educated, and you can be well read and just be dumb as fucking hell, especially when it comes to the streets. But it's kind of like I'm talking about the growth and maturity in their raps, because they both started out kind of the same. They you know, Jay had been dropping jewels.
Yeah.
Nas has been a little bit more outwardly with it, especially with his affiliations with like 5%.
The 5%ers. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what
But
it is.
on that maturity thing, I think
Right.
people relate more to the Nas, and it's not just because he got with Hit Boy, it's because of the way he delivers it. It's more relatable.
Yeah.
You see it. You like, oh yeah, that was me, and this can be me. With Jay, it's kind of like, I got this, I got the baddest dad, I got game, I'm gonna sell it to you, I'm gonna give you this piece. It's kind of like, well, can I really get that? Because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, a lot of dumb motherfuckers is looking at it as like, he got Beyonce, and can I get that?
No, Jay-Z
So-
Scarface. And Nas is Michael Corleone. I'm serious. I'm serious.
I mean,
All
that's,
right, break
I'm
it down.
serious.
Break it down.
All right,
Why-
break it
why-
down.
why-
Michael Corleone. You
That's
see
a good analogy,
Scarface.
though.
Scarface came and
That's a
took
good
that
analogy.
shit. Michael Corleone, first and foremost, it wasn't even for him. It was for his older brother. Michael
Yeah.
Corleone, if you know Nas, it was for Nas'
took it in a-
older
he
brother.
took it in a
Nas'
different
older
way.
brother is
Got
the
you.
man for real,
He
for
got
real.
it.
Right.
Nas just the rapper with the money. If they was in the streets, it'd have been Nas' older brother as the man.
Right.
So Nas was supposed to not have it,
Right.
but he have it, and he handled it with so much class, like Michael
Definitely.
Corleone.
Definitely.
Now Jay-Z, you see, if you all know Jay-Z, how he came up, he went and got all the Philly niggas. He like, man, I ain't about to sit here and get my hands dirty. I'm gonna make these niggas bite y'all face. That's the Scarface approach with it.
Yeah.
The monster, the fuck everything. I'm coming to take this shit. I don't care. Scarface killed his best friend that he came over with.
Dang.
That's the same thing as him putting all them
Same
Philly
bitch.
people. Oh yeah, y'all think y'all my friends? No, huh? Fight these battles.
Business is business.
And when y'all fall off, watch me still.
Uh,
You see what I'm saying? That's the Scarface in it.
Business is
Michael
business.
Corleone was about his people.
Right.
I think that's a song.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, if you really into hip hop, you're gonna be able to tell who he talking about. And if you watch this show, you're gonna know who he talking about.
Mhm.
But that's gonna be a song. That's gonna be one of his next tracks.
They
That
both
right there.
they both from the fucking
Corleone versus
the bottom of New York.
Scarface.
Nas from Queensbridge Projects.
That's
Jay-Z
a
from
sick
Marcy
analogy,
Projects.
bro.
They both is net like, you see what I'm saying? They got mud on their hands.
And then
Both
you gotta
of them.
look at who they surround themselves with now. Like,
Right.
you know,
And how
Nas
your
got all
legacy
his
gonna
own-
go off? Are you gonna go out like Scarface? Or are you gonna go out like Michael Corleone? Old
Yeah, this is why I love
or
him.
young?
This is why I love him.
Type vibe.
This is why I
That
love
was a
this.
good
this-
analogy.
That was like.
I'm
You
a
see,
drink
Jay
of
Z,
that.
I
All
invented
right,
swag.
real
Nas
quick, before
don't
we get
care.
out of here, real quick, how y'all feel about Jeff Brown running for mayor?
For where? Philly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeff
I already
Brown.
endorsed somebody. I'm sorry, I ain't gonna say it on air, but it's your fucking fault. It's Mike's fault. I
Let me
endorsed
tell
somebody
you,
already.
I like Jeff Brown over Alan Dom, that's for sure.
Yes.
We don't need the condo king
Nah. I like Jeff Brown. Shout out to the ShopRights.
for providing
To the
all the
Browns.
jobs.
ShopRights with all the
with
Browns
all the-
employees.
Yes, yes.
And they
providing
high-ass
all the
prices.
jobs. First
But
of
he's
all,
paying his
food
employees.
is high,
Food is
period.
high.
I shop at ShopRite has great sales. You better download the app.
Shop at Whole Foods.
shop
and
at
see what
Save
you
a Lot.
get.
I'm about to say you better download the app because
Go
I
to Giants.
don't find
and see what you
ShopRite to
get,
be
'cause
high.
Giants is
I like a
high.
little bit of my grapes
everywhere
rotten.
high. Food
Alright?
is high.
Food
I,
is high.
I saw a
period.
meme one of my friends posted. She said 18 eggs for over $5. She was like, "Shit, how much is 2 chickens in a?"
7. Get this chicken.
I was like, I didn't even know eggs cost that much. I'm like, I haven't been
I'm
shopping
about to
since they
get
cut
me
my
a
food
chicken
stamps.
coop,
Like,
y'all.
shit. Okay? Like,
Let's buy a farm, y'all.
No.
I'm gonna get a cow. We're gonna be able to have some milk. I'm gonna get some chicken. Let's get a fucking farm. See, this is the stuff we don't be thinking about. We gotta get farm.
No, we waited too long.
Farm. No,
no,
we
we ain't
ain't. We ain't.
yo, there's
Y'all
plenty.
say
waited
that.
too
Do not be fooled. There's plenty of black
It's
people.
plenty of land.
And probably people that you know through 6 degrees of separation that own land and or own farms. I have a couple
Yeah,
friends
I
that
know.
have.
I owned the farm. She
have-
sold that. She owned the
Shit.
farm for like
I'm
30
from
years.
North Philly.
I know
She
some
sold that
people-
I
I'm
know
gonna
shit.
get
plenty of
some more before we
motherfuckers
get
with
out of here.
chickens in North Philly. That's for sure.
No,
All
it's
right,
a
we
fact.
need to take one shot before we get up out of here.
Oh,
Because
One-
it's the
All right, I'm gonna
crossover
put that
show.
in this cup.
Okay.
God
It's
damn
the
it.
over a drink
Oh, no, I
crossover
drink
show.
brown liquor.
I
I'm
think
gonna
I've
pour a
drank.
little more
I
than
think
a
I
shot.
drank
mine.
more on this show than I have
As
on
you
a
should.
drink.
It looked like y'all just drink. That's why I said it like y'all pour the wine and just leave it there.
No, I mean, well, shit. There's been times where I've definitely refilled because I've been like, "Ooh, conversation is deep."
I'm not drinking it like a fucking heathen.
I'm
Like a
sipping.
heathen?
Yeah.
Are you calling
Like
me a
this.
heathen?
No, she. Cause look how
Oh,
much
'cause
you
you-
pour in her
Oh
cup.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not.
You think we about to
Cause
just
I
throw
want
a
to-
shot
no, I'm
back?
not
I'm
throwing
not
that
doing
back.
that.
And then we
I'm
both
definitely
No, we
not.
taking a
Ain't
sip
that
and putting our
for-
pinkies up.
He said,
We
"Go
taking
off,
a
like
sip
that."
and putting our pinkies up to the Over a Drink podcast. That's what we doing
No, we put in
Nah.
this shit. First of all, we're gonna do Blockaware.
all
We're
day,
gonna do your show,
all
and then
day.
we're gonna do us and never them.
And then
Alright.
I wanna close out the show with one of Kane's. Kane, you gotta give me something. Tell them what you want to hear.
What?
One of your
A song?
requests. We're gonna close out the show with one of your requests. But shout out to my big bro
Let me get this
Toucan
my
at the
song.
Glockaware
I wanna hear
radio
Murder Rate.
show. It's coming from 8 to 10. You better don't even go nowhere. Don't even sign out of your YouTube.
out
Just
there?
stay on YouTube on Glockaware radio show.
It's juicy
It's
out
gonna
there.
come in. It's gonna come. Is she out there?
No, I don't see it.
All right. Well, it's cool. It's cool. She's coming. I think I saw her post
said she
something
coming.
on Instagram. She
said she
definitely
coming.
coming. Shout out to Chick with the Juice. She's up next. That's what I'm saying. Don't go nowhere from 4 to 5. It's the Loudmouth Podcast. Hey. And to my left, we have my sister, the love and light who blessed my show. I'm so honored.
Oh, it was
to
my
have
pleasure.
you.
It was so much fun.
Oh,
And I met another Gemini.
Golden era.
And I met another
Golden
Gemini.
era.
When your birthday?
17th.
June 12th.
look at that, dope.
It's funny because I play roulette and I don't play 6, but I play 12 and that comes out a lot. And I was at the casino. I ain't gonna say when because I don't want my friends to be like, but I was at the casino one day and like 6, 17 is the combination that kept coming out.
Now you gotta
I
put
was
17
it was one
in,
day
you gotta put
recently.
17
Oh,
in.
I always play 7. Listen, it's on one of these sides of my neck. It's
No,
tattooed 17.
17?
Yeah, knowledge God. It's tattooed on my neck.
See? Yo, I love her. Energy recognizes energy. It ain't even about real recognizing real. It's
Oh yeah,
energy.
we are Mondays.
Yeah,
Mondays
let's
5
go.
to 6.
Let's
Monday,
go.
5 to 6.
It's the Over a Drink podcast. You have to tune in every Monday from
5 to 6. We are the drive time. Have a drink while not while you're driving home. Have a conversation while you're driving home. I mean, shit, you do what you do.
No, we gonna they having a
we
drink
have a
for
drink
y'all
for y'all. All right.
while y'all on y'all way
Anyway,
to y'all destination.
correct.
There you go.
All right.
Listen, little bro, this fucking guy. Cheers to the Over a Drink podcast. Thank you for blessing my show.
Us and never them.
To us and
To
never
us and never
them.
Never them.
I love my Glockaware
God
family.
bless America.
That's
and
Kane
no
Black.
place else.
He's the sickest fucking MC ever. He's impeccable.
He's
This fucking guy is
impeccable, yes.
impeccable. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Think outside the box. I don't know what song we gonna tune out with, but the light in me honors and respects the light in each of you. Namaste.
Murder rate.